Start Bench Sell Premier League Edition here with my friend
Pedro. Hey guys, how you doing? So glad to be here once again.
Yes, and this is gonna be very bold, so please leave your like in this video because some of these topics, I guarantee you, a lot of you might be coming from the TikTok and the Instagram because some clips I know. I am expecting big things in this.
When you know I'm here, you know something shocking is gonna come out, right?
Love it. Start Bench Sell Edition. And for people, before we get to it, say Start Bench Sells that you would want to see in the future. And we will do more videos. And like this video. But a Chelsea edition, special one to start. Chelsea manager to replace Graham Potter. Nagelsmann, Luis Enrique, or Pochettino. Start, bench, sell. Who would you pick for the Chelsea manager slot? Pochettino, Luis Enrique, or Nagelsmann?
If it is from a Chelsea perspective, I would start Julian Nagelsmann, I would bench Pochettino, and I would sell Luis Enrique for the Chelsea job.
Oh,
but
Luis Enrique, I think
I will tell you why. I will tell you why. I love Luis Enrique, but his knowledge of the Prem is not as good as from the other two, okay? So, Pochettino and Nagelsmann, even though Nagelsmann hasn't already coached in the Premier League, I think he has more knowledge of it than Luis Enrique, okay? And Nagelsmann would be my first choice for this position. I think he was not doing a bad job at Bayern. Mm-hmm. I think he was unfairly fired. Yeah, I think he was unfairly sacked. And I do think he has something to prove to Bayern. And with Chelsea, who knows, if he beats Real Madrid, he might find Bayern in the semis. And it will be Tuchel against Nagelsmann.
But I'm still going to go Real Madrid. I'm going to go Real Madrid. But like Nagelsmann, 8 wins out of 8 games in the Champions League with Bayern Munich. And with Enzo Fernandez at Chelsea. Imagine
trashing that PSG team.
Trashing?
After those games, PSG hasn't been the same.
And to be fair, like I know Choupo-Moting is a great player, but this Bayern team lacked a proper striker when Lewandowski left, and they still get 8 wins and 8 Champions League wins. That's why for the Chelsea management, I would start Julian Nagelsmann, Wonder Kid manager, the best fit for the Chelsea job now. Bench Luis Enrique, and I would sell Pochettino.
Come on, Alex.
Hasn't won anything.
Alex.
Anything.
Let me tell you one thing. Who was the coach that performed the best with Tottenham in the last 10 years?
Pochettino.
Okay, I'll give you that. So,
has anyone won a trophy with Tottenham?
No, but he was the one that was the closest on doing it.
But
he went to the Champions League final with this squad. Mourinho, Conte, they done nothing with this squad, okay? And Pochettino made it to the Champions League finals, okay? And I still think that after he was sacked from PSG, they didn't find the right replacement as well. So
that's true. But I'm going to say at Tottenham you don't win. Pochettino didn't. Mourinho didn't. Conte didn't. So
and that's why, man. That's why.
Let's wait and see. So people, put in the comment section. Who would you start, bench, and sell with these ones? But let's get to it. This is going to be a difficult one with start, bench, sell with Rashford, Phil Foden, and Bukayo Saka. A start, bench, sell English edition and all crucial for the English national team. Put down below your decisions.
Okay, Alex, even though I want to go with Rashford, I'm going to put Bukayo Saka ahead of him. I cannot bench Bukayo Saka right now. So I'm going to start Bukayo Saka. I will bench Marcus Rashford and I will sell Phil Foden. Even though I reckon that Phil Foden has at least the same potential of those two, okay? It's going to be really tricky to figure who's going to come on top during the next years. But come on, this season, Marcus Rashford and Bukayo Saka have just been ridiculous, man.
I'm going to agree with you on that. I would start Bukayo Saka, bench Rashford, and I would sell Phil Foden. Foden, a lot of times, I want to see more starts in this team with Guardiola, and Saka is one of the best wingers in the world
Alex,
of football.
let me ask you one question. Do you think that after Henry, Saka is the biggest reference Arsenal has had since then?
I think this season, it's not just Saka, it's Martinelli too. Even in successful dribbles, I'd say it's Martinelli and Saka
Yeah,
the
but
top
Martinelli's
two. And
not
goals
as-
too, Martinelli has 13,
Yeah.
Saka has 12.
But
Their
Alex-
involvement is crucial.
Yeah, but Martinelli isn't as clinical as Saka is in the last
What?
third. I don't think so. I think that finishing-wise, Martinelli is not as good as
I
Saka.
think both are at the same level finishing-wise. The
I don't
goals
think so.
in the Prem, they show it too. And I think they're at the same level of players, but Saka gets the edge because he's younger. And in the national team, for me, he's been a better player too. But it's been interesting.
And
It's
he's
been
English, of
interesting.
course. So
But Sel, start bench Sel. What if you have been agreeing or not? Comment down below and like this video, people. This is gonna be a hard one. Woo! Start bench Sel with Rodri, Thomas Partey, and João Palhinha. A start bench Sel edition with 3 CDMs that are absolutely crucial in the Premier League.
Man.
And people down below, just comment
Alex,
your decision.
I've told you once João Palhinha was top 5 CDM in the world. Now I'm gonna do a restatement.
Oh my
João
days.
Palhinha is top 3 CDM in the world. I'm gonna start
3
João
CDM?
Palhinha. I'm gonna bench Rodri. And I'm gonna sell Thomas Partey, even though he is key and instrumental for this Arsenal team.
That's so bold. That's a bold statement, Pedro.
Man.
And I want to ask you, who are the 2 CDMs so that are better than Pedro?
I think Casemiro still has the edge.
I completely agree. Kimmich?
It's a different type of CDM, but I would go with Kimmich ahead of
And
Palhinha as well.
Chouameni.
I think Chouameni will be better, but at the moment I will have to go with
Mate,
Palhinha.
you
And
are-
Palhinha, once he moves to a top club, you will see why I say he's top 3 CDM.
20 million is one of the biggest bargains in the transfer
sure.
window. Tackling-wise,
For sure.
interception-wise.
He's
And
everywhere.
Palhinha
He's
is a
everywhere.
key player now in the national team, deservedly so. It's crazy how he didn't start for Portugal in the World Cup. Because he had already deserved that spot.
We wasted one of the best players in his position for like 4 years.
But
For like 4 years. Now he's 27, I think. And only now he's starting for Portugal. It's a shame, for instance. Shame on you, man.
I completely agree. Roberto Martinez is not doing that bad decision. But Pedro, I'm going to be the one saying a bold statement, I think, in your perspective. Because I would start Rodri. I would bench Thomas Partey. And
Come
I would
on, man.
sell
You're crazy.
João Palhinha.
Just because he plays at Fulham.
Thomas Partey is fundamental for Arsenal.
I know, but you...
If Partey is injured, this Arsenal team is much different. Jorginho, I know he's replacing, but not the same player. And Rodri is one of the best
Okay,
CDMs
but
in the world.
what if Palhinha was at Arsenal? Don't you think he would be as good as Partey, or even better?
I think it would be maybe as good, but it's still a maybe as good.
I agree with you on that point. I think Thomas Partey is
point,
instrumental for Arsenal. Okay, but I do think also that if another player was there, such as Palhinha, Rodri, or Casemiro, they would do better than Thomas Partey. He's been so good at Arsenal because he's the only one who can do that role. Okay. But that's why I sold him.
And I would start Rodri still in all this. But people, I know you must be enjoying at home. I'm going crazy in my mind. Start, bench, sell. Put down below your decisions until now. And honestly, put down below other suggestions. Hey, this is going to be, I think, a rest one. But it's going to be, I think we'll have debates on this one too. That is a start, bench, sell with Bruno Guimarães, Mateus Nunes, and Moises Caicedo. Start, bench, sell with these 3 box-to-box midfielders that are crucial for their three teams.
Regarding those ones, I will start Bruno Guimarães, I will bench Caicedo, and I will sell, unfortunately, Mateus Nunes. And I'm so sorry, Mateus Nunes, I'm a huge fan, but he has not been given his space at Wolves. He has not been showing his usual quality. No, I wouldn't say disappointing, but a little bit below expected, yeah.
That's disappointing, Mateus Nunes. I know Mateus Nunes wanted to go to a bigger club. That's a reason
But
why
Mateus
he's
Nunes needs a coach who believes in him. And Jurgen Klopp may be that coach.
And Liverpool need a midfielder too. And yeah, I agree with you. I would start in this. Bruno Guimarães, for me, one of the best midfielders in the world. I'm going to say that. And in the Premier League, there's a reason why Newcastle are in the 3rd slot. I would bench Moises Caicedo, and I would sell to Mateus Nunes. That for me, it's been disappointing. It's been disappointing this season at Wolves. But
still, Caicedo was playing better before the World Cup as well. I mean, he's not playing bad, but
it's
I
true.
mean,
It's true. I get you. I get you.
But yeah, regarding that, I just couldn't put Buttersnans ahead of him.
But we've got already some really good start bench cells. But for me, this is we're gonna go to the big blockbuster start bench cells, and you may click on the thumbnail, and this will be the thumbnail with Bruno Fernandes start bench cell with Bruno Fernandes, Martin Odegaard, and Kevin De Bruyne. Start bench cell with these three absolute key players for their respective teams, Pedro.
I'm gonna get so much hate on this one.
This is gonna be...
Man, I have...
But it's the truth. You gotta say what you believe in
Yeah,
this.
I do. If it is for the moment, at the moment, I would put Odegaard ahead. But overall, I'm gonna put Bruno Fernandes ahead. I would start Bruno.
So overall,
I would start Bruno Fernandes. I would bench Kevin De Bruyne. And unfortunately, I would sell Martin Odegaard. But regarding the last few months, I gotta start Odegaard, okay? But like seeing from a standard point of view, career point of view, I would put Bruno Fernandes ahead, and I still do think that he's gonna do some impacting stuff at Man United.
Hey, but for me, you're mentioning Odegaard being the sell, but you still put Bruno Fernandes ahead of Kevin De Bruyne.
I do think so because I think he is more of a key player than De Bruyne is, okay?
De Bruyne, for Man City to win the Premier League, they needed De Bruyne 4 times.
Man, if you take Bruno Fernandes from Man United, you lose Man United's soul.
Look at Man United without Casemiro, though.
Yeah, but
No soul there.
That's true, but Bruno Fernandes attacking-wise, he's irreplaceable, man.
Look, I'm going to say
he
this.
just makes those passes.
I'm going to say this. For me, in a start bench style situation like this, I would start Kevin De Bruyne, one of the best offensive mids I've ever seen the last decade. I would bench Martin Odegaard, and I would sell Bruno Fernandes. Okay, Martin Odegaard, a leader.
Bruno is so underrated.
Technically gifted. For me, Odegaard leads by example.
The thing is, people who aren't Man United fans don't like Bruno Fernandes because of his attitude. But if you have to put that aside,
but Sportsy
he's an amazing player.
With Martin Odegaard on the pitch instead of Fabio Vieira.
Yeah, probably.
I really think that. And the tempo, the intensity of Arsenal, I think it's Odegaard. But let's see. Next season, I'm hyped to see football, though. You have PSG rebuild, Man United, Newcastle, Chelsea, all different teams with new managers, and Real Madrid, Barca, that will be attacking, Barca especially, the European competitions. And Euro 2024 next season. It's going to be so excited. But again, put down below your choices of start bench shell in this video. Another one. Whew, this is going to be bold, Pedro. Start bench sell prime edition in the Premier League with Didier Drogba, Wayne Rooney, and Thierry Henry. 3 unbelievable legends. For me, all of them deserve to be in the Hall of Fame of the Premier League. And this is going to be interesting, man.
Okay, from a prime point of view.
Prime point of view. If there's a peak game.
So, okay, it's not career, it's prime.
Prime.
Okay, so prime-wise, I would go first. I would start with Thierry Henry. I would bench Didier Drogba, and I would sell, unfortunately, Wayne Rooney.
Prime!
Just because it's a prime stuff, okay?
Prime!
Drogba in his prime was was a menace,
but
man.
Prime Rooney was like
I know, but I have to sell one. Come on.
A menace. I'll say this, Pedro. I would start Thierry Henry. I would bench Wayne Rooney, and I would sell Didier Drogba. I know Drogba is one of the best African players ever, but Henry...
And the legend.
One of the best players not to win a Ballon d'Or.
Everyone will remember his clutchness in the Champions League final against Bayern.
And Rooney, though. 16 trophies for Man United.
I know, but it was in the Sir Alex Ferguson era. And you talked about prime, not career-wise.
But let me ask you this, Fast. I know he's not involved in this, but who would you pick now? Prime, start bench between Rooney and Harry Kane. You still go with Wayne Rooney prime?
I would go with Wayne Rooney prime, yeah.
I'd still go. I agree with you.
Harry Kane is missing titles, man. He has to move. Otherwise, he won't be regarded as one of the top legends of the game.
Where do you think he should go, Harry Kane?
I think Man United are lacking a striker. I wouldn't go for Harry Kane because it's too expensive, but I think personally for Harry, Man United would be the best move. I mean, they can't challenge for the Premier League title with Weghorst.
That's true. And another point too with all this start bench shell with Drogba, Rooney, and Henry is the versatility of Wayne Rooney. For me, gives an edge with Didier Drogba. I've seen Rooney play in midfield, cam, striker,
That's true.
and on the wings. I've seen Rooney play in a lot of positions. And for England too, he was surpassed recently by Harry Kane. So for me, Wayne Rooney's legacy is above Drogba's. But Drogba, once again, one of the best African players I've ever seen, not just in the Prem, ever, in any league. And in the Premier League, one of the best strikers too, Drogba. So,
One of the best target men for sure.
put down below your start, bench, sell opinions, okay? And here's the last one, which, whoo, it's going to be interesting too, because I think there's a bold mention coming with start, bench, sell. Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, and Julian Alvarez.
Come
Start,
on.
bench, sell with these three players.
Alex, this is a no-brainer for me. I reckon that, of course, in the last few months, Gabriel Jesus was injured, but I still think out of those three players at the moment, he's still the best one. So I would start Gabriel Jesus for what he has done, not only at Man City, but at the start at Arsenal. I would bench Julian Alvarez, and I would sell Kai Havertz. And I think Kai Havertz, although he made a good impact in the last 2 years ago in the Champions League final, I do think he's been kind of a disappointment for Chelsea.
Kai Havertz most definitely has scored Kai Havertz has scored one of the most important goals ever in Chelsea history, scoring that goal in the final here in Porto, in Portugal. That's an interesting one. Final with Man City and Thomas Tuchel. That was a bold game, one of the best games ever in Chelsea history too. But I am going to agree with you with this one. I would start Gabriel Jesus, bench Julian Alvarez, and I would sell Kai Havertz. But I think next season, I'm going to be saying Julian Alvarez ahead of Gabriel Jesus.
I do think that as well. And I mentioned over the summer that in the long run, I do think Julian Alvarez will be a more important player than Haaland for Man City.
That's very bold.
Just because I reckon that Man City will eventually sell Haaland, and I am confident that Julian Alvarez will stay for the long run at Man City. I do think that Pep is really counting on Julian Alvarez, and you saw at the match against the match against Liverpool.
True.
No Haaland, no problem. Julian Alvarez is there, and bang, he scores. So,
True.
yeah.
And in World Cup, he scored 4 goals for Argentina. But again, people,
La Araña.
it's true. La Araña. Comment down below start bench sells you would like to see in future videos. And again, let's see you guys smashing that like button. Wait. You must have smashed that like button. And again, comment down below your start bench sells. Thank you for watching this video until now, and thank you for
Come on, guys. If you think Pedro is delusional, click that like button.